What's up guys, Bird Game here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today, yes, we are continuing to talk about Lily May because she's just hands down one of the best heroes in the game right now, whether we're talking about PvP or bossing. Now, of course, like deficit pushing, things like that, not really as huge here. We're probably gonna get her leveled up a little further here in a little bit, but as you guys see, it takes 50 for this first one, and I think it was like 50, 55, 60. It keeps going up, and it's a crazy amount of these essences you need, so we're not gonna do that now, but what I am gonna show you is pretty much the confirmation of what I expected yesterday. You see, I already did some pushes here. I think I actually might have my team composition on here as well. I tried even doing like a multi-team setup, and it worked pretty good because remember, there's one team that we used to use all the time, and I'm going to show you guys the previous best teams. And of course had to do with our main girl Marilee, and of course the one interesting combination was Kruger as well as Tamisian. Tamisia's mainly here, number one, because she moves around the battlefield, isn't affected by the Necrodrakon as much, and the physical damage taken is buffed. That's why we are using the Quick Blade spell. So if you don't have Lily May, this is the team you aspire to have. Of course, there's heroes like Scarlita that you might not have. You probably run like a Corrin instead, something along those lines here. But yeah, this is the typical team you'd see, and it still does a crazy good amount of damage. It's nice to see heroes like Brutus making a comeback to the meta and being viable, and again, that really just comes down to when you're using physical damage dealing teams. But as you guys know, true damage is like the top tier right now, and the secondary after that is magic damage, and that's both of what the newest hero Lily May does. So you can see we're still doing respectable damage here. We're probably still going to make it to the end because of the healing on both of these heroes. We're getting about 40 billion damage. Not too bad, but when you compare it to the new, it's no bueno. So we're seeing like 22 billion hit right there from the Marilee, but if we chuck the new team in, good lord, people have so many Paragon heroes. And you're doing this, and the cool thing about Lily May is she doesn't need healing, she doesn't need anything like that. And we're going back to the evocation spell, giving crit, attack, HP, and of course those random effects. So now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like here to see what the damage difference looks like. And the nice thing is we're not just replacing Marilee, we're actually running both Marilee and Lily May. You're basically dropping off the physical portion of this and just focusing purely on the true damage. So we're using heroes like Rainier basically to keep Marilee alive because it's the only way to really get healing on heroes. And it's surprising, Lily May just does so well at surviving this because she dodges, like right here, you see that ultimate the boss did? She's teleporting and invincible during that time period, and you see we're coming close to the 40 billion with about 20 seconds to go, it looks like. Because yeah, she just starts teleporting around the second the boss goes to use that giant AoE, which just keeps her alive without a single bit of healing, which is just so cool. This time we did a little bit lower of a hit than my previous record, 43.8. But you can see here, she's doing the 23, a little bit more than Marilee was doing when she was focused, but then you also are getting an extra 10 billion right here, which is pretty solid. So good hit overall. My best hit so far was 44.3. And I have tried a few different things here. So I was trying things like, okay, let's try really ramping up the extra damage with Citrana, because remember, her season ability allows them to take additional magic damage. That didn't really work out for us. The only other thing I haven't tried is seeing what happens if I throw a Corrin into the mix, because sometimes Corrin actually out damages my Marilee on this account, even though they have the exact same exclusive. They're both plus 10 on their exclusive. So I'm intrigued to see what Corrin can do in this one here, because again, he's another top tier Necrodrakon type hero, and he does provide a little shielding, so that might actually keep Rainier alive just a little longer, which means his magic charms will be able to heal our allies just a little bit more, which might keep things like Fresto, like Heroes Fresto, around just a little bit longer. So I'm intrigued to see if our damage does better. About 20-second mark, we are about, actually no, we are at like 1 or 2 billion behind, I feel like, what we were doing with Marilee. So I don't think this is the play. No, that's definitely not the play. It's better than our old strategy still with just Marilee, but you can see here, his damage kind of paled in comparison. It did mean Marilee, or Lily May did do more damage, but that's not going to be the play either. The other thing we could consider doing as well, what if we use someone like Thorin? Because Thorin has multiple ways to actually buff the damage that we're doing to the boss. So let's see if Thorn can do something where we're more or less just continuing to buff Lily May's damage and not caring about a second damage dealer, but it just seems like a second pure damage dealer is kind of the best way to go here. Actually, wait. Wait, did I swap someone? Yeah, I did, right? Wait, who did I swap? Did I swap Lily May? That seems like a complete oversight. I should have swapped Thorin, honestly. Or actually, no, maybe I should have swapped Scarlita so she lives longer, because Scarlita is one that's dying early. Ooh, that could be a strategy to do too, because honestly, this damage is kind of good. With some misplays, we're still getting very close to the damage we pulled with the other combo that had Marilee in it too. So the additional buffing damage could be good. Let's tweak this up just a little bit further. And this is why I love having so many attempts here. So what I want to do is this, I guess. I want to make sure she's going to be the one getting that link, and honestly giving her the damage reduction is probably smart as well. Unless I want Thorin in a different spot like this. We could link up Thorin to Reinier, so that maybe Reinier lives longer too. Let's just give this a shot. I love moving heroes around and seeing just what works. The only other hero I would potentially try here is maybe Alsa, but Alsa doesn't, even though she has like a movement ability, it doesn't really cancel what's going on. So let's see if this works. If we can keep Scarlita around longer in the fight, I think her season ability that gives that bonus damage for the last, like, what, 40 seconds of the battle, it could be really good. Maybe this will also just keep our team alive longer in general. All right, we're coming up to the 20-second mark. This actually feels worse. This actually feels worse. Yep, this is definitely worse. It kind of sounded good in theory. It worked out to be worse than our original hit with the old Marilee strategy even. So not good. So there's a couple things with this team. There's other support heroes we could try. I just don't think they're going to work out and be what we want. I guess this is the better play here. Thorn, I mean, I just don't think he is going to work here. Running someone like Taylene, I don't think is going to work. The only other thing I would consider is some heroes that would potentially buff the level up ability here, which are very few and far between. We could go with heroes like Smokey, but of course Smokey does eventually die in this one. He can do some damage too, so maybe that's worth a shot because that temporary attack buff can work. Ludovic would be another one we could try. Let's just try Smokey. Smokey also does damage. Granted, I actually don't know if Smokey gets to a third ultimate. Maybe I need to swap him. Actually, yeah, I probably need to swap Smokey to make sure he can get to his third ultimate. Because honestly, with the lower energy generation against Necrodrakon, I don't know if this works. I really don't know if he can get there, if he survives long enough. Ooh, he almost died there. He needs one more ultimate to do some damage, and he's going down, so that's not going to happen. We do get some extra leveling up, and the damage is, again, definitely behind by about 1 to 2 billion, and people are dropping off now. So let's try one more change just to see, and then I'm going to go back and show you guys the best way, just simply the best team right now to run. So that didn't work out well. She did a lot more damage, though, but the team as a whole did less damage. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to do the little swapperoo right here. She's going to get the... Actually, man... I wonder if I want to give the damage reduction. Double damage reduction to the Smokey might be good, because then he might be able to keep heroes alive longer in this battle. I mean, it's worth a shot, right? Because, yeah, now Smokey's staying pretty much topped off full, which means he can heal everybody else and keep the... Oh, except the Reinier's in kind of a shitty position. Reinier's like just out of the arc of the first ultimate, but the second one I think should reach him if Smokey gets to it. And that's the problem. I don't think Smokey's going to get to another ultimate here. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He's not going to get there. It's still really good damage with the Smokey though. But Smokey doesn't get those ultimates off, which is the biggest issue right here. Still, again, respectable damage, like I said, but it's not enough to make a difference here. And Smokey did no damage because he simply can't get to the ultimate. It's just, that's the way Necrodrakon works. So the only other hero I'd love to try on this one, I think, is a Ludovic. I think Ludovic has potential as well. So let's throw Ludovic in because he could potentially do damage. That's weird. Ludovic didn't swap. Why did Ludovic not swap? Interesting. I really don't know why he wouldn't swap. I don't know. Very intriguing. His healing does seem pretty respectable, though. It's definitely keeping the front line going, and we're getting damage off of it, too. But we're a little shy on the total damage number still. Again, still a respectable amount. So there's a lot of different options. They get very close to the best team out there. But they're still hands down just the one team. It's pretty much this setup right here. Even the positioning is just really, really good on the team that they're using here. And this is what we kind of decided is kind of the best. Using Marilee and using Lily May together just seems hands down to be the way you go here. 2 damage dealers, you got a tank, and kind of like a hybrid damage dealer support and a pure support with Rainier to keep Marilee going as long as possible. It just seems like this is the way. And probably a lot of RNG in this fight too, depending on if heroes live or die. So you could potentially even hit higher than what I did at what, 43 or 44.3? Yeah, 44.3 I think is my best hit so far. See if we can top that though. That would be nice if we could. Yep, see, so we're ahead of schedule. At 20 seconds, we're about to hit 40, so that's the big difference right there. We're about a 1 billion off at the end there, and now we get a couple more hits in. Still close, not my best record so far, but this is definitely the team right here that is crushing it. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I figured Necrodrakon she'd be really good at, and I think we only have one remaining boss to test through this week, and that is Snow Stomper. But I think Snow Stomper is going to be another one where Lily May is going to be used, because if we take a look at Snow Stomper team, yeah, that was that physical damage team. It might change it up quite a bit because we don't use Vala anymore. I don't know. We'll have to see. See you guys next time.